After the COVID-19 pandemic and waiting a long time, you're gonna visit Canada to enjoy its wonders, or just meeting a relative or friend. But did you know that with a huge backlog of visa applications, your application is likely to get rejected if you don't have a strong travel history or don't have an invitation letter? Watch this video to learn everything about Canada Visa Invitation Letter to strengthen your application. Hi, this is Behnam from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. Here, you're about to learn all about Canada Visa Invitation Letter. Before I begin, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. You shouldn't miss any updates. Also, my colleagues have prepared a free cheat sheet on Canada Visa Invitation Letter. There are useful tips and information about why you need an invitation letter and how to prepare it. It gives you clear, concise information. You can download it from the link in the description. Now, let's get to the points. When you apply for a Canada short stay visa, you need a purpose for your visit. It could be tourism, business, visiting friends and family. The invitation letter can prove well the purpose of your visit. In some cases, the invitation letter is essential and among the list of required supporting documents. Before going on, let me explain the ETA to you. What the heck is it? The ETA is a travel document and is short for Electronic Travel Authorization. It's an alternative to Canada short stay visa. You can travel and visit relatives with ETA. It lets you stay up to 6 months in Canada. You can use ETA to enter Canada for tourism and business purposes as well. Only a few countries are eligible to apply for it. Visit the Visa Library article from the link in the description to know what countries are qualified for ETA. You just need a valid passport from the approved countries and a credit card to apply for ETA. The entire application process is online and it will be done in a few minutes. Now, let's get back to the invitation letter. If you can't apply for an ETA, you're likely to need an invitation letter to enter Canada. But who can write an invitation letter? A Canadian resident you know well and holds a PR or a citizen can write an invitation letter. This person could be your parent, sibling, spouse, child, a close friend, or a business person. The international students living in Canada can also write the invitation letter, but only for close family members, parents and siblings. The point to remember is that whoever writes the letter must have proof of relationship. Not every Canadian resident or PR resident can write you an invitation letter. The authorities will check everything and verify whether there is a previous relationship between the visitor and the host. If you have proof that you and the visitor have known each other for a long time, you'd better provide it. The one point to remember is that the invitation letter is not a guarantee for the visa. It just can strengthen your application to improve your chance of receiving the visa. Now, let's get to writing the letter. What information should you include in the letter? The person writing the invitation letter, the Canadian PR or citizen, must include this information in the letter. 1. The complete name. It must include first and last name. 2. Date of birth. 3. Full contact information. 4. Email address. 5. Phone number. 6. A clear, correct address in Canada. Number 7 is the career he or she has in Canada. Also, it is required to state the names and birth dates of the dependent and close family members living with them in Canada. The other point is to include the complete number of people that are living with you. It must include the residential status as well. It must be clarified whether the writer is a PR holder or a citizen in Canada. You should do it through a Canadian passport or Canadian citizenship card, birth certificate when you were born in Canada, you receive it, a copy of the permanent residency card. The requirements end here, but I gotta tell you an essential point. When you provide your contact information, ensure that you have written everything correctly, particularly the spelling. The Canadian authorities often verify the writer's identity and reach him or her. So, you should ensure that your phone number or telephone number is written correctly. The same is true with your email address. Even one wrong letter could ruin everything. The one mistake applicants often make is that they write an invitation letter that is too short. The invitation letter must be long enough to provide all the details about the trip, the host, and the visitor. It must also provide details about who and how will pay for the accommodation and all the trip costs. Bear in mind that the host must verify through proof or evidence that he or she is entirely able to support the visitor. The signature of the host is also essential and must be identical to his or hers in Canada. The address and postcode must also be written appropriately. If you're about to change your address in Canada, it must be mentioned in the letter and provide the new one if applicable. You would better mention the reason for changing the address and explain the details. It could be due to a change in job or moving to a new province. While writing the letter, there are two essential dates you must include in it. The first one is the date that the visitor will enter the country. It must be made clear when he or she enters the country and for what purpose. The second date is the time that the visitor will leave Canada. If the exact date is not clear, you can estimate the approximate date, but you would better provide the exact date. Also, proof of leaving the country on the date is good to convince the authorities to issue the visa. Reserved tickets can be an example. Now, what information should you include about the guest entering Canada? These items are needed about the person visiting Canada. 1. Full name. Don't forget middle name if they have one. 2. The date of birth. 3. Present address and phone number. 4. What is the applicant's purpose for visiting Canada? 5. The relation that the visa applicant has to the host. Number 6. How long will the applicant stay in Canada? 7. The accommodation and financial means of the person visiting Canada. Number 8. The dates the applicant will enter and leave Canada. Now that you know what to include in the letter, you can begin writing it. But what should be the body of the letter? You can visit the Visa Library article to know the samples. You can get ideas on how to fill in the body of your letter from the provided samples. There are letters for each visa category. Let me ask you this. Is the invitation letter necessary for a Canada visa? The answer is yes. The invitation letter is mandatory for 2 Canada visas. One is the Canada Super Visa. A Super Visa lets you visit your children or grandchildren for up to 5 years at a time. Yes, 5 years at a time. According to CIC News, people who currently have a Super Visa also have the option to request to extend their stay by up to 2 years while in Canada. This means current Super Visa holders will now be able to stay in Canada for up to 7 consecutive years. It's a visa that provides multiple entries for a period of up to 10 years. Do you know any other visa type to stay with your children or grandchildren for 7 years? When you enter Canada, a border service officer will confirm how long you can stay. As I explained, an invitation letter is mandatory for a super visa. It is among the requirements, but there are eligibility principles for it as well. Here they are. Number 1, you must be the parent or grandparent of a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident of Canada. 2, the list and number of people in the household of this person living in Canada. 3, a copy of this person's Canadian citizenship or permanent resident document. 3, parents must have medical insurance from a Canadian insurance company that is valid for at least 1 year from the date of entry, covers at least $100,000 in emergency services, have proof that the medical insurance has been paid in full. The child or grandchild who invites you must prove that their house meets the minimum necessary income. You can get more information in the Visa Library article from the link in the description. Remember one point. An invitation letter cannot guarantee a visa, but it is essential and among the required documents. The IRCC decides on the whole application package and decides by it. Now, let's get to the other visa type that needs an invitation letter. When you visit Canada for business purposes and you need a Canada short stay visa, you need an invitation letter. This is when you may not apply for ETA. If you can, ETA allows you to complete your business purposes through it, but you may not work in the country. The business people that need an invitation letter could be investors, business partners, employees, conference visitors, current or future buyers, employees coming from abroad to get trained at Canadian companies' subsidiary, and other ones. Now, let me ask you this. What information should you write about the business person visiting the Canada? These are some of the items that the Canadian host must write about the guest. 1. Complete name. 2. Date of birth. 3. Details about the guest's company. The post or role he or she has in the company is also mandatory. 4. The current address of the company. 5. Full contact details. 6. The business ties between the host company and the guest. Number 6. The reason for the visit. Number 7. Duration of stay. Number 8. Who is covering accommodation and travel expenses. Number 9. When will the visitor leave Canada? Remember one essential point. You have to provide the information on the company's letterhead in Canada. The Canadian host must include all the information about himself or herself and the company. The relation with the guest must be clarified as well. You can find a sample of the business invitation letter in the Visa Library article again. I have put the link in the description. When you're going through the letters, pay attention to the order of the letter. Look how the letterhead, dates, names, and signs are written. You can fill in your information and change the body to suit your purpose of visit. Alright then, this was all you need to know about the Canada Visa invitation letter. If you have questions that I did not cover here, write them down in the comments section. My team at the Visa Library will get to them. Let me tell you this, if you want us to make videos about a particular Canada visa or topic, just mention it in the comment section. We'll get you what you want. Before you leave, ensure to like this video and hit the bell. We're coming back with more videos and updates. Remember to download the free cheat sheet for the invitation letter I have prepared from the link in the description. It's clear, concise, and handy along the way. Stay tuned until the next video. Thank you all for watching.